From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU Update with Gina Mizell. I'm Jenny Carlson. Gina, you've taken the opportunity, being at the end of the regular season, to look back at special teams. And what you found out is that special maybe doesn't describe the special teams this year. But what did you like about the Cowboys' special teams this year?
Quinn Sharp. Obviously, he's the Big 12 co-special teams player of the year. He got that award by himself last year. Again, continued to be exceptional for the Cowboys in all three phases of the kicking game, as a punter, on field goals, and on kickoffs. So obviously he was a huge weapon. You could probably argue he was the most valuable player for this team this year. So Quinn Sharp was great, and I think that was to be expected going into the season.
Okay, so Quinn Sharp, really good as we thought he would be. Everything else, not so good?
Yeah, I mean, Justin Gilbert was okay on kickoff returns. He actually ranked pretty high in the nation as far as in the top 25 on kickoff returns, and obviously took that one to the house against West Virginia, which was just an electrifying display of speed and acceleration, and was one of the best plays of the year for the Cowboys. But you look at punt returns with David Glidden and Charlie Moore, they actually improved statistically in that area, but you could just tell just weren't very comfortable in that type of role, and where they really struggled was on the coverage units. They allowed 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. They allowed 1 punt return for a touchdown, and that was in the Texas, Kansas State, and OU losses, and particularly in the Texas and OU games, which were so close. Those were momentum-changing plays that just you look back, and those were crucial plays. So that's something that they struggled with a little bit last year. Got even worse this year, and so that's really going to have to change moving forward.
Real quickly, they were without Joe DeForest for the first time coordinating special teams in a long time. He left for West Virginia. They didn't have a full-time assistant. They had a grad assistant overseeing it. Considering all of this, you see that changing in the future?
I don't know. I think, Mike Gundy liked having Ty Linders, who you're talking about, in that type of role previously at Texas Tech. That was also his focus as a graduate assistant. So I think next year is where we're really going to see how well, this process is working, as far as having a graduate assistant, kind of overseeing it. Maybe he'll get some even more responsibilities in his second year, and having kind of certain assistant coaches take on certain duties, whether it's coverage units, field goal blocks, stuff like that, because Quinn Sharp will be gone. So they need to develop a new kicker and punter and that sort of thing. Someone like Justin Gilbert will have had time to adjust to the new kickoff rule, which is something that we hadn't talked about. And maybe someone like Charlie Moore, who was thrown into returning punts late in fall camp this year, he'll have the whole spring to work on, another fall camp. So I think next year is where we're really going to see how it works, but I'll be curious to see if there are any changes going forward.
All right, thanks, Gina. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.